What's up, Wonderful Builders? For this video, we are going to talk about Aurelion Sol. Aurelion Sol once graced the vast emptiness of the cosmos with celestial wonders of his own devising. Aurelion Sol is a roaming mid laner who can quickly clear his lane, then effectively roam and gank other lanes and create extreme map pressure for his team. Let's talk about Asol's abilities. His passive is Center of the Universe. Aurelion Sol has three small orbiting stars around him at all times. These stars are central to how Aurelion Sol is played, as it constantly deals magic damage to those it hits and applies item effects. Aurelion Sol is bad at hiding because the orbiting stars can still be seen by your enemies even when you're under brushes. An important concept in Center of the Universe is the outer limit. It is the maximum distance the stars travel when you activate your second ability, Celestial Expansion. The outer limit plays a crucial role in the behavior of all your abilities. It is important to learn how to move in the way that increases the hit rate of your stars. The stars move counterclockwise, so you'll have to move clockwise to manually increase its hit rate. His first ability is Star Surge. Aurelion Sol summons a newborn star that damages and stuns the enemy when it reaches the outer limit or when detonated early. The duration of the stun and size of the star increases based on the distance the star has traveled. The size of the star can reach extreme proportions when traveling long distances thanks to Aurelion Sol's third ability, Comet of Legend. If Asol's movement speed is greater than the star's movement speed increases in proportion to Asol's movement speed. Aurelion Sol can do a Star Surge plus Flash combo in opposite directions for a doubly safe escape mechanism. Next is his second ability, Celestial Expansion. The stars are pushed to the outer limit when Celestial Expansion is casted. The stars also orbits faster and deal more damage when this ability is activated. The passive damage of your stars also increases as you level up this ability. You can recast Celestial Expansion earlier to retract the stars and increase your movement speed, which can help in various situations, where one of those situations is to basically run away. Celestial Expansion is your main source of damage and pressure throughout the game. If you want to gank in the early game, you'll be able to quickly clear the lane with one cast of this ability by positioning yourself in the side of the minions. Be sure to have a ward placed in that side and that you are aware of your enemy jungler's position because you'll be overextending yourself to do this. Do not forget to auto-attack while using Celestial Expansion. Asol's third basic ability is Comet of Legend. Aurelion Sol retracts his stars and travels toward a direction with increased movement speed while being able to travel through walls and other obstacles. You will gain sight over walls while flying over them, but you will also be seen by the enemy team faster than usual. Be sure to set up ganks with your first ability, Star Surge, together with this ability, as you will be able to make overwhelmingly large disc over large distances. You are able to cross about half the map even with just one level of this ability. Aurelion Sol's ultimate is Voice of Light. Asol exhales Starfire in a line which deals magic damage and slows enemies. Enemies who are close to Aurelion Sol are knocked back to the outer limit. Voice of Light has a relatively long range, so you can use it to initiate fights, and the slow will usually be enough to catch up to your target. It can also be used to snipe down low HP champions. You can do an insect type play, which is knocking back the enemy into your team by using your ultimate then flash. You'll be putting yourself in a vulnerable position by doing this though. Let's give a few examples of Asol's combos. His basic combo is to stun the enemy with his first ability, Star Surge, Then push the enemy back with his ultimate, Voice of Light, then use your second ability, Celestial Expansion. Remember to auto-attack in between your abilities. Let's try to do that once again, but now faster. Next is the insect type play. Cast your ultimate, then flash immediately to animation cancel it and surprise your enemy. Follow up with your stun to keep the enemy in place and damage them with your second ability, Celestial Expansion. After that, let's talk about Aurelion Sol's items. Rod of Ages is the perfect balance of HP, AP, and mana. It also grants additional stat bonus that increases over time. Plus, it also has a small sustain bonus when using mana and being damaged as well. Aurelion Sol needs superior positioning in order to consistently deal damage, so we will buy Boots of Swiftness. This boots grants the most movement speed, so it will help Aurelion Sol to position himself better. But if you are having a hard time surviving, defensive boots options like Mercury Threads or Ninja Tabais are good as well. Upgrade with a Stasis enchant to counter burst damage champions, or upgrade with a Quicksilver enchant to counter hard crowd controls. Next, buy Leander's Torment to make your ability deal percentage of HP damage. This synergizes well with Asol's kit because he consistently deals AoE magic damage. Rylar Crystal Scepter will make your abilities constantly slow your enemies, and it will make it easier to damage them and control teamfights into your favor. Rabadon's Death Cap grants the highest amount of AP stat, so you will gain a big power spike with this item. You will be able to kill enemies with just one combo with this item. You can consider building this earlier if you are snowballing and have a big lead. Finally, get Void Staff to punish those who build magic resist against you because this item grants the highest amount of magic penetration. You can also build Infinity Orb, which makes your abilities deal bonus magic damage against low HP champions. Build this item instead of Rod of Ages if you get the First Blood, so you can snowball extremely well. And then for Asol's Runes, Electrocute grants additional damage on combos. Do not forget to auto-attack between abilities to make sure that Electrocute will proc. Conqueror is also a viable rune if you have enough burst damage in your team, as this will increase your damage the longer the fight goes on. This is a better rune if you have many tanky enemies. Brutal increases your damage and penetration. Spirit Walker provides a small HP bonus and slow resistance, which synergizes nicely with Boots of Swiftness. And finally, Sweet Tooth grants bonus gold and HP regeneration on eating honey fruits. That's all for this video. For the in-depth Aurelion Sol text guide, visit our website lolwildriftbuild.com. There you'll find out additional information like Asol's pros and cons, ability progression, early game and late game guide, his synergies, and his counters. It's right there in the description below. Special thanks for my friend the Spectator for lending his highlights for this video. Thanks for watching, and until next time.
Enemy slain. Your team has slain the dragon.